One of the best minds in the entire business and investing world. DoubleLine Capital CEO Jeff Gundlach is with us. The Bond King joins us from Buffalo.
DoubleLine CEO and Chief Investment Officer Jeffrey Gundlach is back. Jeffrey Gundlach is the CEO of DoubleLine.
We went from real average weekly earning growth being pretty strong, thanks to a lot of stimulus and the like, and now it's negative. So real average weekly earnings are now negative 3.4%. Addiction to debt and addiction to stimulus for so long that the doses that we've been experiencing are starting to have really negative consequences through inflation and consumers being hurt. You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in. So the U.S. needs to go into rehab. Free money from the government does not make the country richer. It makes the poor become impoverished. No wonder people have to go to their credit card to buy food and gasoline. It makes the middle class become poor, downgrades the standard of living of just about everybody except those that are in power. The trajectory of GDP, real GDP, is actually decelerating. It looks like we're getting close to the front end of a recession. We've gone from about 275 at the nadir up to over 6% on the mortgage rate. That is a tremendous headwind for the affordability of housing. The monthly mortgage payment on the median priced home has gone from $1,000 to $1,800 plus. $800 a month extra on the median home price. Just think about how that affects consumers broadly. That this gambit of debt-based growth, that, like a tractor pull, is reducing the trajectory of real GDP. So it's just a lie when the administration says that the U.S. has a low inflation rate versus other countries. It's exactly the same. Our CPI is exactly the same as the world CPI at 8.3. U.S. Zillow rent index at 13.2, and it was above 15. It's fascinating how the owner's equivalent rent, which is about a third of the CPI, is only at 6.3. But we say the dollar index went straight up over the past year. That's because the Fed expectations went from virtually no tightening to, well, now we're talking about maybe totally 400 basis points over just an 18-month period of time. So that's been a propeller for the dollar. I am very negative on the dollar when the next recession comes. But the one thing that's happened, one thing that's great about bonds is once they sell off a lot, they become really attractive. We'll see what the future brings, but I believe that now is the time to be owning bonds. Bonds are vastly superior right now on a risk-adjusted basis to stocks. Bonds are vastly superior right now on a risk-adjusted basis to stocks. It's very easy to put together a bond portfolio that yields 8% today that has a pretty low risk profile. Sell stocks and buy opportunistic bonds. Opportunistic bonds, a portfolio of 12% can easily be put together where a capital gain potential of 5, 10, or 15% is possible. So the future outlook for bonds has not been this good in 10 years. So it was brutal to be a bond investor over the past several years, but now it's actually the place to be. The opportunities are more exciting now than any time in the past 10 years. Well, copper gold was right. So the red line came up to meet copper gold, and now copper's been falling. Gold's been falling too, but copper has fallen more in the past several months. So the copper gold ratio now says fair value for the 10-year treasury is 2%. I like long-term treasuries because it allows you to more comfortably own all of these 8, 10, and 12 yielding credit securities that could have problems over the short term. The liquidity in the treasury market is terrible. This benefits DoubleLine and DoubleLine Total Return because we do not rely upon short-term trading. competitors of ours that rely on short-term trading are doomed. This is why so many of our competitors are underperforming the ag. So we're outperforming competitors by, in some cases, 500, 600, 700 basis points. That's what we do at DoubleLine. That's what we do at DoubleLine. That's what we do at DoubleLine. I'm not negative on gold at these levels. In fact, if I was forced to either buy gold or sell gold at 1670, I think I would buy gold rather than sell it. If earnings growth is slowing, which is certainly a consensus viewpoint, and with real yields going up, that's a double whammy. So no wonder stocks have been living in a bear market. Quite clear to me that the bear market is not over. The NASDAQ is underperforming, and it stopped outperforming 2 years ago, actually nearly 17 years of outperformance for the NASDAQ. The S&P 500 is probably a better investment than the NASDAQ for years to come. We bought some European stocks at DoubleLine, and it's sort of working. The S&P 500 had outperformed Europe, the MSCI Europe Index, for many years, and now Europe appears to be outperforming, rather be in Europe for the upcoming several years than the United States. 13 years of massive underperformance by emerging markets versus the S&P. When the next recession comes, I'm strongly of the mind that emerging markets will outperform, but we need the dollar to break. We don't see that happening as long as the Fed is drinking the whiskey. Yeah, we have not yet bought emerging markets. But we are professional investors, of course, at DoubleLine. We watch every tick. You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in. That's what we do at DoubleLine.
You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in.
You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in. You make your bed and you lie in.
That's what we do at DoubleLine. But we are professional investors, of course, at DoubleLine.